trade ICT, SMC, support and resistance, or any strategy out there, you might have actually heard about supply and demand zones. And this topic might be a bit confusing, but it's not actually confusing because a lot of people are actually getting this wrong. Which is why in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys step by step, even as a beginner, the full definition of supply and demand zones and actually how to apply them to your charts. So if you're actually a beginner and you're wondering what supply and demand zones are and exactly how to use them to actually make decisions whether buying or selling your favorite assets on the market, I'm going to be teaching you guys all of these things today. And all I ask for is for you to drop a simple like to this video and smash the subscribe button, so whenever I drop a new video teaching you guys things like this, because what I'm teaching you guys is what people charge you money for in courses out there. I don't actually sell courses, but people charge you money to teach you the same thing I'm going to be teaching you guys in this video. So make sure you stick with me from beginning to the end of the video so you understand every single thing I'm telling you step by step. So if that's what you want to learn, go down below in the comment section. Tell me whether you're a beginner trader or an intermediate trader or you're an advanced trader, and I'm going to be knowing how I'm going to be explaining these things for you guys soon. Basically, let's get started with the video. Now, what's a supply zone? A supply zone normally occurs at the top of the chart, and when you see a supply zone, you might be looking for opportunities to sell. Don't worry, I'm going to be showing you guys all these things on the chart, but I want to give you guys a bit of an explanation on this stuff. So a supply zone is basically a zone in which there is an influx of sellers in the market. Sellers are actually taking over the market, so the supply in the market is actually getting bigger than the demand. So the supply actually makes price actually come down from that level of resistance to another level of support. So what is a demand zone? A demand zone usually occurs at the bottom of your forex charts, any pair at all. This works on every single pair. I'm going to be showing you guys how to use this on your charts later on. So a demand zone is basically a zone in which you'll be looking for buy opportunities in the market, not sell opportunities. Now, demand zones are zones where there's an influx of buyers. The buyers have more power than the sellers in the market, so it's about to turn into a bull market and not a bear market like in the supply zone. So let's get started to my chart right now. Alright guys, so we'll be starting with supply zones. So I'm going to be talking about this supply and demand zone. So we'll be beginning with supply zones in today's video. So basically, like I explained earlier, supply zones are basically zones we find at the top of the chart. So you can see these zones around here. Let me pick up a tool to actually show you guys this. So you see these zones around here, around this point. This are where supply zones exist in the market. Or let me take this off and put in this. So you can see at this point, this is where supply zones are in the market. So basically, when price comes up from this point, from this demand zone right here, when price basically comes up from here to this point, when price takes from here to here, you can see that there's an influx of sellers in the market. That's why price actually broke and actually started coming down from this point. So you can see that the price came to this point and couldn't create a new high. So that's how you know that market is about to make a huge reversal and actually start coming down. So the very first thing you have to do whenever you come on your chart, you actually start with top-down analysis. So you have to start with the higher time frame, so you can be able to mark out these zones when you're actually making decisions. So let's take this off. So you can see right here that market is actually about forming an uptrend because market actually came down from this point. So you actually have to mark out these levels. So these are called key levels in the market. So you actually have to mark out these levels on your chart. So you mark out these levels, you can see right. Okay, you can see that price actually broke this, couldn't actually break this level. So it actually started coming down from that point and up till this point. And when price actually came here, price actually formed a good resistance point at this area. So you have to go down to the forward time frame and actually see what price is actually doing here. So you can see that when market tapped into this area, tapped in twice into this area, it actually started moving up. So if you want to have a good knowledge of supply and demand zones, you actually have to know what you're actually looking out for by starting your top-down analysis and actually marking out these key levels in the market. So you can see right here, these zones at this point, at this area, you have to start going down to the lower time frame to actually find an entry. So you can see the market is actually trying to make a reversal and actually start pushing up. So that's how you actually look for supply zones in for demand zones rather in the market. So you actually have to start looking at the reaction points of price in the market. You can see that price actually came up to this point and actually moved up, came again to this point and actually started moving up. So I'm expecting price to actually come down here and actually start moving up again. So you can see that. Okay, let's step down to the 15-minute time frame for day traders or intraday traders as I want to call it. So at this point right here, you can see the market is actually trying to make a move up to this supply zone right here. And when it gets to that supply zone, market is actually going to start pushing down to the zone. So you can see right here, market is actually ranging. So it is a ranging market actually. So you can see market is actually ranging from here to here, and until market actually breaks this high, this recent high created here, this recent high here. If market doesn't actually break the high, that means the market is actually going to retrace to this point. But once market breaks above that high, this supply zone right here actually becomes a demand zone. So let me give you guys a perfect example of what I'm actually talking about. So you can see right here, market actually came up from this point. Market actually came up from this point. Our market came to this point. It actually meant here was actually meant to be a supply zone to actually hold market down and actually start coming down. But when market got to this point, it actually broke above this recent high at this point. Market actually broke above that recent high at this point. So let's take this off. So you can see the market actually broke above this. I'm trying to use arrows so you guys can understand what I'm doing. So you can see the market actually broke above this high, and when our market broke above this high, this high now became a supply zone instead of becoming a demand zone. So when price now came down again from that point to this point, it went up to actually create a new high, which is now a new supply zone. So this new supply zone right now is going to be a supply zone that's going to be holding off all the liquidity that's going to be happening and occurring around this area. So when price actually comes up to this point, I expect price to actually push down again to this point before actually trying to create a higher high. So that's it for this video, guys. If you actually learned anything new, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. If you didn't learn anything new, let me know down below in the comment section so I can actually improve in my next video. And there's also another link in my video's description. That link is going to take you to my Telegram channel where I actually give you guys signals so you can actually trade for yourself. I don't charge for signals. The signals are totally free. So if you want to get those signals, make sure you click on the first link in the video's description to actually get those links.